I'm so sorry that I'm late. Just a few things happened last minute. I'm just going to give us all a little bit of time to get ourselves situated here to allow some people to hop on if they so choose to. Just fix my phone here. Get everything all set. If you are watching this live, welcome and thank you so much for being here. If you are watching live and you can hear me, if me, please just quickly pop into the chat and say that you can hear me okay, and that you can see me, that I'm not appearing like crooked. Portrait wise, the first time I was live, it was crooked. So please, it should be fine. But if you may please just let me know quickly in the chat if you can, one, hear me, and two, if I'm appearing straight and not crooked. That would be most appreciated. It looks okay on my end, but just want to check and make sure that it looks okay on your end as well. I have my laptop over here on the side. I find it much easier for me to monitor the chat and reply to any comments that you post in the chat on my laptop rather than on my phone. So if you could please, if you're watching this live again, if you haven't yet already, can you maybe just give me a thumbs up if you can, one, hear me, and two, if I'm appearing straight and not crooked. Oh, I see some people in the chat. I'm just going to get my laptop working here. It's working. I just need to zoom in so I can see and I'm not squinting. Kathy, you're here. You jumped on to say hi. Hi. Oh, thank you. You're perfect too. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Oh, you're looking so amazing. Oh, Dragonfly. You ladies are so amazing. You're just so amazing. You are amazing, and thank you so much for being here. It's never lip service when I say things like that. I genuinely mean it. You look so good. You look even better. Thank you. It's a lot of makeup that I put on tonight. So it's probably what it is. Thank you so much. And the ring light that I have, that I don't have on too bright because it is nighttime where I am, and I get kind of sensitive with the light, but it's probably a lot of makeup and some ring light too. Thank you so much for letting me know. That's amazing. I hope that you ladies are keeping well tonight. Sorry that I'm a few minutes late. It just sort of worked out that way. But at least we're here now and it's working okay. And I'm not crooked and you can hear me. So that's amazing. I know someone said on the replay of the last live from last Monday that they couldn't hear the audio. Better audio, please. I'm making use with the tools that I have. Essentially, I'm using my cell phone. It's a few years old. I'm thinking of getting a new one, but the audio jack broke a few months ago, and actually, that's after I got a little microphone that I could plug into my phone. So because the audio jack broke in my phone with the plug, I can't use the microphone. So I'm just using the audio microphone that I have built into my cell phone. So just using the tools that I have until such time I get a new cell phone and with a working audio jack audio port, whatever it's called. It feels like inner beauty shining through. My Leo ego is just going, oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. You ladies are so great. And I hope that your day is going well and that your past week has been going well too. I'm always looking forward to going live because I know all of you are here and that you're all so amazing. And it's just such a nice Monday visit. I really appreciate it. So let's get to it. I have a few notes here. Let me just check and make sure I'm not repeating myself. Yeah, so we're going to do a general weekly tea leaf reading for this week. As always, entertainment purposes only. I have a big disclaimer in the description box of every video that I do. So that's there. But yes, this is a general weekly tea leaf reading for this week. If you're watching, I was thinking let's do that first, like to get that out of the way, and then we can do some audience questions. But I know this is always Monday evening, so would you like, since you ladies are here right now in the chat and we're live, would you like to ask a quick tea leaf? We can do a quick tea leaf reading for you, like a quick 5-minute reading like we did last week. Do you want to do that first? Then we can do the weekly reading afterwards. Carmen PP, good morning from Vietnam. Wow, I've never had anyone watch from Vietnam before. Well, good morning and good evening from Southwestern Ontario, Canada. Thanks so much for being here. Yes, please, sure. We can totally do that. So let's go ahead and start doing the quick readings. So these are just like 5-minute readings. Whenever I do, all the information's on my website, but whenever I do tea leaf readings, the shortest amount of time that I do them is is 15 minutes. I think anything less than that is really just not a lot of information. But these are really small taste testers. It's sort of like going into a grocery store and having a taste test of something, and then if you like it, you can, obviously have a reading later on. I love how all of you just start chatting amongst yourselves. It makes me so happy. It's like, this is what we call Monday evening visit. That's what we're doing. So, entertainment purposes only. Let's get ahead and start ahead and get going with the viewer reading. Sorry, I don't even like saying the word viewer. We're friends, as far as I'm concerned. So let's do a quick 5-minute reading. And if you do have a question, please don't say what your question is. Or if you would like a reading, please don't say what your question is. I don't want to know. I'm not being rude. It just keeps me objective and maintains your confidentiality as far as I'm concerned. So the less I know, the more objective that I am. So let's go ahead and do that. Quick bit of housekeeping as I'm thinking of it, only because another one of our friends suggested that I say. I do have a Patreon account, and I do have a Ko-fi.com account. All of those links are in the description box below. I also added them to my YouTube homepage. I'm not asking for money. However, if you are interested in supporting this channel, I don't like asking for money. However, I do have those accounts. So if you are interested in becoming a patron, I do, like I said, all those links are in the description box below. And I do post monthly astrological element readings. You're saying hi. Sorry, I'm looking at the chat and talking at the same time. I have them all prepared here with my tea leaves. So yes, every month I do my best to post astrological element readings. So one for fire, air, water, and earth. They're approximately 20 or so minutes long, approximately. That's over on Patreon. So I have to get ahead and start doing the ones for October and getting them up posted by October 1st. Let's put that out there. So if you're interested in doing that, thank you so much. It's just one tier. There's no levels or anything. It's just a one size fits all in terms of pricing. And if you did want to make a buy me coffee or buy Brie a biscuit or chocolate lab or dog, you're most welcome to do so. That's over on Ko-fi.com, ko-fi.com, should you wish to. Yeah, so let's get ahead and let's go ahead and start the readings. Just wanted to get that out there in case you're interested. I'd love to see your Vietnam. It's so beautiful. Yes, I've heard that too. That's one place in the world that I would really love to visit, actually, is Vietnam and Thailand. Those are two countries I've not been to, and I would love to go and actually love your food. Being completely honest, love Vietnamese food. It's so good, so good. So I'd love to go there. So thank you so much again for being here. That's very cool. I've never read for anyone in Vietnam. Don't know of anyone who's ever watched or chatted before who's from Vietnam. So this is super cool. That's amazing. Cool. Okay, let's get on and start. So I have all the leaves and all the cups already pre-set up. This takes a little bit of time for me to get ready, but this is why I started this afternoon. So let me just get ahead and going here. I'm Canadian here. It is gorgeous. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, that's one place I'd love to visit. That's really neat. Now, I will say this, Carmen, or for anyone else watching, if you're watching live and you would like to have a quick reading, please let me know if you are interested in me sending you pictures of your tea leaf reading. I do typically like to do that for my clients. So if you are interested in having your tea leaves read tonight, and you do have a reading tonight, please email me if you would like to have your tea leaf pictures sent to you. I take about 2 of them, 2 or 3 pictures, and I can happy to email them over to you. So if so, my email address is sarah@sarah.adamson.com, and you can send me a quick email if you're so interested, and then I can quickly send you your leaves, pictures of your leaves to you. Oh, sorry, I think I put something in the chat. Sorry, that was my book. Sorry about that. Hey, Carmen. So if you'd like a reading, we're going to do your reading right now. But yeah, if you would like to have your leaves sent to you in terms of pictures, please let me know, and I will get them over to you as soon as possible. But please send me a quick email, and then I can email you back. So I'm just getting your cup ready here. Just marking it down here on a bit of note paper. Put that off to the side so I know whose cup is for who, for whom, whom. putting some hot water into your cup, Carmen. And as I just get the leaves ready here, what do you ladies say to, I was thinking this, what do you think about maybe doing 2 lives each week? Oh my goodness, thank you. Oh, thank you, Carmen. Yeah. So if you're interested, please send me a quick email and I will email you back as soon as I can. But what do you ladies say about doing 2 lives a week? I was thinking of, just to space things out a bit, I was thinking maybe on Monday nights we could do like a general reading for the week. And then on like a Wednesday or even a Thursday evening, like later in the week, we could do another reading, like another live. And that would be only for you. So doing like live audience, live viewer tea leaf readings. What do you think? Because I like to, this is why I love doing readings, because this is how we get to interact in real time. And I think it's just so much fun. What do you ladies say? If you could please let me know in the chat or in the comment section afterwards. If you're watching this on a replay, that would be amazing. And that way we're all figuring this out together. I'm very much a novice. I'm sitting here in my living room figuring things out as I go. Kathy, cool. Yeah, let's do that. I'm totally cool with that. I won't get into it, but I know, let's just say my number of viewings on my channel are not exactly what is being said. So let's do 2 lives a week rather than 1. I just loaded a lot into those words without saying what I'm saying. I'm saying what I'm saying in a coded way. So, oh, absolutely, Carmen. Thank you. I actually love doing the lives. I love that so much. Thank you. I hope so. It would be good. It would be good exposure. Yes, Carmen. Yes, that's it's one of the reasons. Yes, absolutely. And that way, it's just yet another way for us to interact. And that way, it's not like we're waiting for a whole week goes by before we're doing another live. And yeah, that might help with the numbers, number of views that I get, which I know are being not quite what they are. I won't go into detail, but yeah, because we're on this platform. But anyway, Monday night and Thursday at work. Lots of channels are on Wednesday. Okay, Dragonfly, thank you so much. That's really good to know. So we can aim for Thursday. So how about we do this right now on Monday night, tonight as we are, and then how about as of like next week? We can start next week. Good point. Yes, this is why I love doing these lives. We get to have conversations. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. That is a great point, Dragonfly. Thank you, Kathy, for pointing that out. So let's do that. So as of next week, let's do that. So Monday nights will be a general tea leaf reading for the week, entertainment purposes only. And then Dragonfly, thank you for your point. So we'll aim for Thursday nights. I'm thinking 8 p.m. works well for me. I'm Eastern, so I made it a little bit later in the Eastern time zone because that way it allows different time zones hopefully to join. Certainly in North America anyway, although Vietnam, I mean, that's something quite special. But I'm thinking 8 p.m. Is that okay on Thursdays with you, ladies? And Carmen, I haven't forgotten. I have your leaves right here. So if 8 p.m. on Thursday evenings work for you, that's good with me. I can go earlier. I can go later. Thumbs up. I know they're manipulating your views. Kathy, you called it. All those. You're 100% right. I mean, I'm just doing tea leaf readings. That's all I'm doing. I'm very much staying in my own lane, doing my own little thing over here, trying to help people in a way that I can. It's slow on the internet. Don't worry. Where I am, the weather can very much affect the internet speed as well. But right now, it's totally fine. It's working here fine. Perfect. Yes. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you so much, ladies. Okay, so let's aim for Thursday evening next. So next week, we'll do Monday night as usual, 8 p.m. Eastern. All time is in Eastern time zone. Eastern Standard Time Zone. So Monday night, 8 p.m., we'll do the general reading for the week and have our Monday evening visit. And then Thursday evening, around 8, we'll aim for 8 o'clock again. And then at 8 o'clock on next Thursday, that's when we'll do audience readings, friend readings. And that way it's not like one massive live, because a lot of people jumped on later last week, which is great, perfect. Thank you very much. It's just that it made it like the whole reading, the whole video was about 2 hours in length. And I know it's a Monday night, so that way it's sort of divided into two sections. It's not like going to be one huge long video. You're not parroting the mainstream. Hope I didn't say that out loud too loudly. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, no, I'm not. At all. Like, not at all. The opposite of that. It's completely, yeah, I'm not doing that at all. By any means whatsoever. Like, not at all. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sure. Like, I know I'm not the only one, but I just sort of discovered that definitively the other day, so a few days ago. So. Okay, so let's get on with the readings. So, Carmen, let's start with you in Vietnam. And I think you said that you are Canadian living in Vietnam. Okay, living here. It's gorgeous. Yeah. Well, also following you. I just stopped myself from saying that word because I don't want to say anything that's going to sort of attract attention from this platform. I do have that link. I do have a channel on that over there. If you go in my description box, in the description box of every video, you have to push more. You have to click on more, then it expands, and then I have like a whole long description. Whole long things. Apologies. No. You're fine. You're fine. We just won't say that again. We won't say that again. But I do have a link tree link. So if you're interested in seeing me on over there, if you could please click on the link tree, that will take you over to a separate web page. And from there, I have a bunch of different links there. And there's a link to there on my link tree. Just a way to, hopefully that won't alert anyone by putting a link tree, and I don't think so. I think it should be fine. I've never had a problem with my link tree, or maybe that's one of the problems. Anyways, we continue on. No, you're good. You're good. And these days, I mean, gosh, I mean, anything could alert anyone, but we're just doing our best here. Okay, so let's get going. So, Carmen, I don't know if this is your first time watching, but if so, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. The way I do tea leaf readings, just as a quick reminder to everyone watching, whether this is now or live or whether this is on a replay, the way I myself read tea leaves is chronologically based. So chronological. So the rim is the present situation, sides are on the way, base is more of the distant future. So now on the way and later, that's how I myself read. That's how I've always done it. Reminder. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks, Kathy. Yeah. So it's now on the way and later. And again, these are very quick readings. So I will say as much as I possibly can within 5 minutes. I just won't be able to give as much detail as I normally do, but we'll do this. We'll do this. Okay. So just think of your question. I'm going to swirl and get the cup ready here, the tea leaves in here, and I put some liquid tea in here. Already, all the work that I do is by, for, and with Boss, the creator. I've already said all my prayers and my intentions beforehand. I'm just going to push the leaves down back into the cup. I use different kinds of tea. I'm very much of the opinion that with some exceptions, use the materials that you have. So I'm using regular bagged black tea. Some people may say, oh, why aren't you using loose leaf tea? Well, this is what I have. So this is what I'm using. I think I have some rooibos. No, not this time. I have used rooibos last time. Rooibos is the only tea that I really like. I mean, I do like other teas, but I mean, I am very much a coffee drinker. So I do like rooibos, I think, because of it's a stronger flavor. But I'm using regular black tea. That's what I have tonight. So I don't know if this is your first ever reading or not, whatever the case is, Carmen. Thank you for being here, and I hope that you enjoy your tea leaf reading. Very much take what you will, leave what you don't. Anyone who's had a reading with me knows I say that a lot consistently. Just checking the consistency of your reading, of your tea leaves, rather. I guess it is your reading. So thank you all so much for being here, for taking the time out of your busy schedule. I really appreciate it. It's never lip service when I say that. I mean it. Stars, stars, and hearts to you. Thank you. Just checking. Strain a little bit more. That's pretty good. Okay. I get dry quite a lot. I'm drinking a lot of water here in the background. Sorry for that. Okay, so now I'm going to get your cup ready. Tea leaf reading is a really cool divination tool. I've been doing this now for just over 13 years, now. And just going to turn it around 3 or 4 times, whatever I feel guided to. It just takes a little while to get the cup ready. If you're familiar with tarot or oracle cards, this would be like the akin to the shuffling phase or the laying out phase. But it just takes a little bit longer to do so rather than with cards. Cards are amazing. I have a lot of decks, but I do tea leaf reading. Now I'm just allowing the cup to strain a little bit of the liquid out. This prevents any liquid from pooling in the base and changing images, which if it's so, that's fine. I just am very detail oriented and want to prevent that if possible. Okay. And Carmen, please say hi to Vietnam for me. I would love to visit one day, so please say hi to it for me. Some place I really want to go. Okay. Okay, let's put your plate over here. I have my old school timer here. So, Carmen, ladies, let's go. And Carmen, please feel free to say anything else in the chat if you'd like to during your reading. If not, that's perfectly fine. This is live and being recorded. Okay, so looking at the rim, which is the current situation in regards to your question or whatever the universe, God, universe, source would like to convey. Thank you. Oh, thank you. So looking at the rim, which is happening right now, I go quiet sometimes as I'm looking. It looks like overall you're quite busy. There are, I would say, 1, 2. I use analogies of gold, silver, and bronze quite a lot because I find generally with tea leaf reading, it really describes the events and situations it describes the qualities and or characteristics of events or situations which are likely to occur. That's how I describe tea leaf reading. So I find explaining things in metaphor actually works quite well because that way I can convey the meanings as easily as I possibly can. So I would say that there's 2 areas right now, events or situations taking place where things are quite busy, or rather quiet, and you're happy with that, and or you want things to get moving a bit more. That's in 2 specific areas. However, aside from that, you have that those are like 2 gold, you have 1 silver, and many different bronzes. So you have many more other smaller events or situations taking place right now. So I would say, generally speaking, you're very busy with many other things, and yet there's about 3 or more of significance taking place at this moment in time. Wow. Okay, so it looks like you're incredibly busy. What's coming up for you is you have 2 main events or situations taking place. Another way to coming up in the approaching time. Now, aside from that, another way that you could describe that is that there is 1 main event or situation taking place. Later on, and we are beginning to see that very soon. And it depends on how you want to view it or your interpretation, but there's like 2 different situations taking place very soon. I would say, pretty much mostly imminently, and they do not appear to be related. I've seen layouts like this before, but no 2 cups are ever the same. They do not appear to be related like at all for the most part, or if so, indirectly related by another smaller event or situation, which does not really appear to be of significance or that much of significance at the time when it does occur, and very soon, defined soon, but soon. However, they actually are related, and they are part of a much larger event. And this is very interesting because actually it looks like there's going to be like 3 different events or situations taking place in the next short while. Best way that I can describe that. I would even say it may even look like there's 4 different events or situations. However, there's 3 main ones taking place later on. In the shorter term, I would also say from what I'm seeing, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. I would say approximately 4, maybe even 5 in the short term, very short term, where there's 5 different events or situations or aspects or whatever word or words you want to use, comfortable with using, where things are fairly quiet, and you're going to be either I would say you're going to be quite happy with that, because otherwise it looks like it's going to be pretty much a full on, everything is quite busy and there's just a lot of different things happening. So based on that, it looks like you're going to be able to have enough time in the coming time, in the approaching time, to pace yourself essentially. Okay, so let's get started. So in the main event overall, it looks like there are essentially 2 different parts or sections or aspects to it, where there's a lot of conversations, thinking and talking, things are up in the air. In addition to that, there's one other section or area there where things are more clearly defined. You know where you're standing, yet you don't at the same time. So in other words, there's a lot of surprises approaching there. That is essentially the same for the other secondary main event that is approaching, where there's a lot of, again, conversation, ideas, thoughts, conversations are being had, and yet you also know where you stand in a few things, and yet there are some surprises approaching as well. Looking into the base, it's much of the same. It looks like you're in for a very busy time. It's going to be very, I'm not saying it's bad, I'm saying it's good. It's very busy for you. And again, I say surprises because sometimes we're not supposed to know certain things, and this is one of the cases. So I say surprises. It's the same, different way of saying the same thing. Quickly going here in the main event, as time and events unfold, person, place, or thing with the letter S and or 5, letter V, reassurance is being indicated. Letter C, regarding an event that looks like it's, or C and or F, possibly letter E. I know that's a lot of numbers. It's a positive situation. It's good. There's a possible abundance from prosperity regarding that situation being presented. Later on, following that, yet again, we have another letter E. There may be a Scorpio connection, Scorpio, astrological sign of Scorpio, connection in some way, shape, or form. There also may be, again, another letter E. This all leads to a situation where it looks very happy, nurturing, positive, sweet, gentle, good scenario with positive movement forward, and or the angels are present. So I think we all have divine help anyway. However, it's just really nice to hear that sometimes as a reminder. So I would say this is what I'm seeing. So another way that you could say that is a divine help is associated with that situation, which I believe is always the case. You can always ask the angels for help. So there's that scenario taking place later. And a small reminder of using intellect regarding that. And it's like some kind of sacred, special, spiritual, shamanic knowledge is involved in that in some way, shape, or form. We also have the letter Y and V, partnership, abundance, and prosperity. In this other main event, it's a very positive scenario. Letter J, letter D, very much a happy situation. A lot of reading and learning. Gentleness and love. Can't say what I don't know what a llama means. I've never seen a llama before. If I do, I don't remember, but that may be something for you to look into should you wish to. There are partnerships that are absolutely being indicated in here, as well as positive movement forward and positive change with a loving scenario. So in the base, I sort of described that before. There's just a lot of conversations taking place with surprises. It's a happy scenario, though. You have a letter L in there, 2 letter L's as well, and working with many different people. So that's your tea leaf reading. I hope that was helpful for you. So there you go. Cool. Ready for someone in Vietnam. It's neat. And I love the pictures, the emojis that you sent. That's beautiful. I love lotus flowers. I think they're beautiful. And butterflies are great too. Thank you. Thank you so much. And please let me know if you're interested in me sending you pictures. Please let me know, and please send me an email and I'll email you back with the pictures. Awesome. Now, anyone else watching live? Kathy or Dragonfly, would either of you ladies like to have a quick little read? You don't have to, but of course you're welcome to have one if you like. I have all the cups right here. I have them all here. So I'll just hang out here and have a sip of water. Cool, Dragonfly. Let's do a reading for you. Let me get your water. Your water. I have the water ready. I'm just going to now, Dragonfly, if you would like me to send you the pictures of your reading, please let me know. And you can just send me a quick email if that's okay, and then I'll send you your pictures. Yes, please. Perfect. You can please send me a quick email, and I can send them over to you. Just have your little. What I'm doing is I'm writing your names down on little pieces of paper so I can keep track of what cup is for whom, which cup is for whom. Just making sure I have the right one. Let's go for this one. No, this one. This one. I have my kettle over here. Let's get your cup ready. This over here. Sorry, I'm being very high tech here and looking for Kleenex. It actually helps me to absorb the liquid tea better than it sounds. Okay. Just swirling your leaves right now. Okay, so this reading is for Dragonfly. Thank you, ladies, for being here. I really appreciate it. This is fun. Cool. So next week we'll have 2 visits in the week. Yay! Makes me happy. I always look forward to this. If you hear any noise in the background, like little clipping, and that's my dog Brie. Just checking for the consistency. Just strain this out a little bit. So I don't know about you, Carmen. Can't seem to find an email, Sarah. Oh, okay, thank you. How about I just put that, be all high tech, and put it in the chat here. I will attempt to pin it to the top. See if that will work. I have no idea if it will, but can I my email? Okay, I'm gonna see if I can pin this. Oh, sorry. When I expand my screen, I have this little heart emoji thing come up, and I can't always work around that for some reason. I do not know why. I'm trying to pin this up to the top. If I can't pin it up to the top, please know that that is the email that I'm. Oh, here we go. Replace pin message. Yay, I think it's working. Yeah, there it is. So thank you for letting me know that, Carmen. I don't know why it wasn't showing up, but it should, but that's totally fine. Perfect, thank you. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so that's up at the top. So you can always send me an email there. That's my email. It actually forwards to another email, but long story short, that's my email address. So if you can please send me a quick email there, and then I'll email you back as soon as possible. I will try to do that tonight. If I can't, then it will definitely be tomorrow at the very latest. Awesome, cool. Okay, here we go, Dragonfly. Here's your quick reading. Just keep shuffling, swirling. Checking consistency. Strain a little bit out. One time I was actually doing a group tea reading in person, and this was several years ago. Several years ago? It was several years ago. And it came to me, I was trying to I was reading for like a group of like 5 or 6 ladies or so. And it was great. I had a great time. But I was at the moment trying to figure out how I could best strain tea, like for the tea leaf reading in the moment. And then it came to me, oh, we use like Kleenex or a serviette. So it actually looks very strange, but it works very well. Allows me to get just the right, like the perfect consistency. I haven't done a group like in person in quite a while, but I do them online. And virtual, they're fun. Cool. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. And I'm sure all of you ladies know, and for everyone watching on this in replay, you know, but just as a quick reminder also, I am posting a lot more on my community tab of my page here on my YouTube channel. So if you're ever curious, or if you ever would like to see any pictures of the tea leaves afterwards, it may take a day or so for me to get them up, but I do post them just for your reference, like for the general weekly tea leaf readings. I do post them there. And other quick little updates. I was taking my dog for a walk the other day, and we were over by a local river, and it was autumn equinox, and I saw a beautiful picture of like red leaves and some green. I'm like, oh, autumn equinox. So I took a quick picture just to share there. So I do post updates over there if you're ever interested. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. It's almost like in terms of, hey, Nicole, you made it. Everyone, Nicole's here. Everyone is here. I'm just surprised to see Nicole. Cool. Hey, Nicole, how you doing? Love the golden hearts. We like gold and we like silver. Just turning your cup here. Dragonfly. Thanks so much for being here, Nicole. So Carmen, I don't know if you know Nicole, but all of you ladies are regulars. So Nicole, well, Carmen is here. She's visiting here. She's cool new friend. I will, Carmen. If you want to say hi to Nicole, please. Like we all chat amongst each other. We all do. So hi to everyone else. Carmen, do you want to let Nicole where you are right now? That'd be fun. I'm such a Leo. It's ridiculous. Okay, I'm just getting your cup ready now, Dragonfly. Just straining any liquid out. Go. So lovely to have our Monday evening visits. And Nicole, just so to catch you up, we're doing quick live readings right now. Then we're going to do the general weekly reading afterwards. And next week for sure, we're going to be doing 2 lives, one on Monday and then one on Thursday. That's for Dragonfly. And that will be like the live audience readings. Everyone in the, like I've said this before, but I've never had any issue. I know I'm pretty new to live streaming. I know that, but I've never had any issues at all whatsoever in the chat. Everyone is always amazing. I really genuinely appreciate that. Everyone's so cool. I never have any worries about anything being said that's untoward. Carmen, you're seriously a Leo. That's cool. Switching it up. Absolutely, for a few reasons, but yeah, switching it up. Okay, Dragonfly. Here we go. Here's your reading. The old school timer. It decides to work. Yes, it is. Cool. One, two. Okay, so from what I'm seeing, Dragonfly, there are 2 main events or situations taking place right now where things, again, are either calm and clear and quiet and you're happy with that, and or you want things to get moving a little bit more. But it's sort of like a gold and silver situation. One main one slightly smaller or slightly less significant. And also several other smaller events or situations which are taking place, in other words, quite busy from what I'm seeing. Generally speaking, you have one main event or situation which is taking place very soon. Like it's actually beginning to appear now. It's sort of like like say you're in a boat and you're approaching land, and then you're just beginning to see the horizon on our realm. Anyway, so you're in the boat, you're approaching the horizon, and you see land. It's kind of like that, where there's something coming imminently and you're ready to see it. It's ready to appear as of right now, entertainment purposes only, but it looks like it's just about ready to occur. It looks very small and insignificant, seemingly nothing. It's a one thing. However, it's part of the entire scenario. This main event or situation does have a lot of thoughts and ideas. It's almost like there's essentially three different sections. A lot of thinking, talking, words, conversations. In tarot, we can even say swords. A lot of thinking and talking. Then a section where that is the case, but a little bit more clarity, knowing where we stand, and yet we don't at the same time. And another situation where there's still a lot of thinking and talking, but even more clarity. But it just seems and clarity, and yet knowing where we stand, and yet we don't at the same time. But there's just, generally speaking, a lot of conversations, things are up in the air, they're being decided upon, and in three various levels. There's three varying levels of clarity, but overall, there's just a lot of ideas, discussions. In the shorter term, you have another event or situation, which again looks like it's related to something that's taking place basically right now, and you're receiving something's like happening pretty much right now, and it's part of you receiving something very good. There may be a Cancerian connection, and unconventional stability is related to that. It's moving forward quite quickly, and this actually may be involved in some way with like this new idea, this new concept that's being thought about, a new opportunity that has various, if you want to use the phrase, moving parts to it. There's a lot involved in it. It just doesn't look like it until you sort of almost see it in retrospect, or just when it concludes, you look back and you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. There may be the letters C. The letter C is involved, I would say, in some way, shape, or form. Possibly letter F or E, but I would say most likely C. And the letter B. Reassurance, possibly as well, being indicated. Yeah, loving, harmonious situation with reassurance that's being indicated. Some kind of sacred, universal, spiritual, shamanic aspect, knowledge involved in this in some way, shape, or form. This has a lot to do with helpful people. There's two helpful people involved, and some kind of like illumination, inner knowing, inner understanding in some way, shape, or form. That's mainly what I'm seeing in that whole scenario, in the side scenario. As we look down in this main event or situation, there's definitely happy faces. It's a very good scenario. There's helpful people that are around. It's a very like happy, triumphant situation. Sorry, triumphant situation. Like it's going well. It's good. There may be a Leo, talking about Leo, there may be a Leo connection possibly involved in this in some way, shape, or form. So interesting that we had a Cancerian connection, then also a Leo connection. Open communication between two people, especially in regards to like, yay, that happy, harmonious, victorious element or aspect, new ideas, new concepts, new opportunities. Looks positive though. I mean, generally speaking, it looks really good. It's just that things are for the most part up in the air. As we go further along, letter C, reassurance. Reassurance, creative projects, working with people. Reassurance, repeatedly. Okay, going down further, but happy faces. Unconditional love, support, loyalty, commitment, protection, companionship, those qualities being present. Very happy, very loving. You have a beautiful dog's face in there, so a lot of like love and kindness. Love, unconditional love, support, loyalty, commitment, protection, but a Cancerian connection in some way, shape, or form, but you're happy with that. And then as we get into the base, there are several smaller events or situations, several of them taking place later on. However, you have individual smaller events leading up to that, or leading to that, or results in this larger event. Doesn't look like it at the time, but that's from what I'm seeing. That actually results, like in the base is where we have most of the activity, a lot of things up in the air. But knowing where we're standing, yet you don't. There's a lot of surprises. You have abundance, you have open communication, more reassurance, we're people working with each other. Letter F, letter L, but a lot of surprises. I'm actually very excited. I mean, I'm always excited with every cup, but I'm excited for yours because in this case, you just have a lot of, well, like Carmen, there's a lot of surprises, things that we're not supposed to know about right now, but there's open communication between two people, at least, yeah, repeatedly. So that's what I'm seeing, but it looks very positive and a lot of forward movement. So Dragonfly, that's your very, very quick tea leaf reading. So I hope that was helpful for you. I'm excited. I'm always excited with every reading. It's always exciting and interesting. I've never seen two cups ever the same. So anyone else who's watching live, would you like a quick tea leaf reading? You're welcome to. If not, no worries. We can always do this again. We are doing this again next Thursday. Oh, thank you so much, Dragonfly. I'm so happy that you enjoyed the reading. It is interesting. I'm always excited whenever I do tea leaf reading. You never know what is going to come through. It's always good. It's always from the creator, but aw, thank you for being here. So let's see in the chat. Anyone else who is here live who has not had a reading, are you interested in having a quick reading? No pressure at all. If not, we can go ahead and get the weekly reading going. But if you're interested, please let me know in the chat if you would like a quick reading. Nicole, I know you're here. Based on the people in the chat, I know Nicole is here. And she's not had a reading yet. And Kathy, I know you've not had a reading yet. There's never any pressure at all. If you're interested, I'm happy to read for you. Just going through, making sure I'm not missing anything. Don't see anyone chatting. So if that's cool. So if you don't want one, no problem. You can go ahead and get the weekly reading going. So let's go ahead and do that then. So ladies, thank you so much. This is amazing. I'm going to go ahead and get the weekly reading going. You know me, Kathy. Oh, you're awesome. Well, Kathy, you apparently have been nominated. So if you're still watching, Kathy, and you would like to have a quick reading, let me know. I will get the cup ready anyway, regardless. I will get a cup ready, but that's awesome. Kathy, if you're watching, you've been nominated by Nicole to have a reading, so it's up to you if you'd like one or not, but if you would, please let me know. Even if you don't want one, if you're watching, please let me know. So let me just get the leaves ready here. Well, I have all the leaves ready. I'm just getting the cups together here. Cool. 1, 2, 3. Haha. Yeah. Oh, Bree just came to join us. Hi, Bree. Hey, sweetie. She's a Taco Lab and she's just over 2 years old. Okay. So I have the mug here. Well, Nicole, even though you valiantly nominated Kathy is not replying. So I guess we will take that as a no for now. Unless Kathy watches later tonight in the next little while and hops on and says, okay. Yeah, I think so. Let's go ahead with the general one. Okay. I'll just keep this one separate. So let's get the leaves ready here. This is a general reading. This is going to be longer than 5 minutes. Just so that you are all aware. Getting this ready now. So the general weekly tea leaf reading for the week. I'm just going to now push the leaves into the base. Sorry for any sound effects here. So again, thank you so much for being here. Hope that you have enjoyed your readings if you've been read for. If you're watching this in a replay, we are going to be here again next Thursday. It's going to be fun, as always. I always love our visits. So let's see. Just checking the consistency. Too much liquid or not enough, and it just doesn't work properly. So that's what I'm checking right now. Just strain out just ever so much of a tiny amount. That's probably good right there. Push these back down. So just get this ready here. Okay, here we are. Let's get the leaves ready. Flip it over. 1, 2, 3. I flipped it over there just because with this than the other mugs do, so the plate does not rest on the cup properly. There's like a gap, so I just didn't want it spilling over my computer. That's why I did that over to the right. Okay. Just letting it drip dry just for a minute or so, just to collect any of the liquid tea. Always for entertainment purposes only. Take what you will, leave what you don't. Some, none, or all of this reading you may find relevance to, or may find that it resonates with you. If so, well, it's just a general reading. So really, is a take what you will, leave what you don't scenario. But I do hope that you enjoy it and that you find it helpful. Quite a bit of liquid still draining out of the cup. There we are. Okay. And I'm going to be putting this the live replay up as soon as possible. So if I don't get to it this evening, it will definitely be up tomorrow. I'll aim for this evening, but if I can't, then of course it'll be by tomorrow, the very latest. And if you are watching this on replay, thank you so much for watching it. I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet already, please do consider giving my channel a subscribe. Maybe hit the notification bell and give me a thumbs up. I know that sounds really small, but it really helps the channel's. Don't even want to say the word, but it really helps the channel to grow, to increase in views, and yeah, really helps. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get going. Old school timer here. Buy a timer soon. Another one's not quite working. Okay, here we are. Put the ring light up a little bit more. No, I think it's up on full blast now. Okay, let's get going. Okay, general reading for the week. And please do chat amongst yourselves if you wish to. I just won't be looking at the chat too much for the next few minutes because I'm going to be doing this. I do see it out of the corner of my eye, but I'll be focused. Generally speaking, we have 1. Generally speaking, for the most part, there are 2 main events or situations taking place like now. So this is, again, chronological, so now, on the way, and later. So in terms of this tea leaf reading, quick side note, the rim represents like now, being like Monday, the sides as this week progresses, and then once we get into the base, like here into the base, to me that's around Friday to the weekend, heading into next week. So having said that, there are 2 events or situations likely taking place right now, which we are happy with the way we're happy that things are calm and clear and quiet, and or we want things to get moving a little bit more. Additionally, there may be like one other event, a couple other events actually, where they're smaller events. They're not really as significant, but they are present. It's almost like we have another gold, and silver, and a bronze situation taking place right now. We do have, oh, sorry, I didn't show you the leaves. Sorry about that. Total mistake there. So these are the leaves for this week. You can see this is what I mean. There's like one main event or situation here. And then as we go around the sides, we do have a fair amount of clear space. And then there, let's go. But yes, right now there's those 2 main events or situations. There's a third and a couple smaller ones, one specifically. And in regards to this main event or situation that's taking place, it looks like it's starting pretty much right now. It's just indirectly starting right now. So there may be a couple things. Actually, one of the smaller events or situations that are happening right now, it's a very positive scenario, likely involves documents or writing. This could literally be referring to education and or paperwork contracts, documents of some kind. In some way, shape, or form, it's lending itself to a form of unconventional stability. Sorry, I yawn quite a lot when I do readings. Sorry about that. I think it's just my body's way of adjusting to the energy. Sorry about that. I'm not trying to be rude. But yes, that's taking place right now. This is part of the card or the aspect that is indirectly related to this main event or situation that's taking place, that the hub, the main core of the message that the universe would like us to know. There's a lot of, it looks to be a matter of knowing where we stand and yet we don't. So we have clarity and yet we don't. So for example, by that, I mean, for example, we're going to university or college. We know the set date that we're going, but we don't know a lot of the other, there's a lot of unknowns that accompany that, such as books, supplies, teachers, all of that kind of information. So we know where we stand and yet we don't also at the same time, that kind of situation. So there's a lot of surprises and yet clarity too. That's for the majority of the situation. There's one small part of it where things are more up in the air, being decided upon, not too sure, being contemplated, things along those lines, things of that nature. It's very interesting because it's significant in itself. It absolutely is. But I would say approximately Tuesday or so, approximately, onwards, it becomes much more significant, more clear. There's more involved. Very much so. And that does lead into the base. So as a quick overview, by this weekend, heading into next week, there's a lot of unknowns. Dragonfly, it's actually very similar to your layout in this regard, where there's just a lot of unknowns, a lot of surprises. And yeah, that's this weekend heading into next week. A lot of surprises, things that we're not supposed to know about right now. But for the most part, generally speaking, leading up to that, we know yet we don't know. A lot of things up in the air. Near the beginning of this week, there's a person, place, or thing with the letter J and or Y. J and Y that's involved in this whole scenario. We are receiving very good things with this. There actually may be even 2 letter J's involved. This has some relevance to 2 people communicating, some kind of communication between 2 individuals. There's some form of a small opportunity that's being presented. Excuse me. Somehow the number 2 is involved. I mean, for myself, 2 does represent like unity, partnerships in some way, shape, or form. But I'm saying that in case it has a relevance to you yourself who's watching. So the number 2. There possibly maybe a Cancerian connection. I'm no astrologer or numerologist. Again, entertainment purposes only. But there may be a Cancerian connection, a person, place, or thing, likely a person with the letter I in the name, likely a male. But it's a good scenario. And it's a good scenario near the beginning of this week. Letter I, again, person, place, or thing, and the letter D. So I know there's a lot of letters. Letter V as well. Excuse me. I'm not trying to be rude. Definitely a happy scenario, from what I'm seeing, a happy scenario at the beginning of this week. You have a nice happy face there. There's this unconventional stability near the beginning of this entire week. We are receiving good things with this. There's likely a document involved in some way, shape, or form. This also may have a connection or relevance, a connection with a man with a prominent nose and short hair. There are some conversations, discussions taking place. There actually may even be a scenario that is a really glass half full versus glass half empty scenario. And we are crying happy tears with this. And there is a letter G that's associated with this in the short term, like in the next day or so. There's a partnership as well. There's some conversations regarding this partnership rather. This has some relevance potentially to Take this for what you will, please, as with everything I say. But receiving divine guidance, maybe a thought that you're having, some kind of divine inspiration, something to that effect. There is reassurance, though. So if there's a small situation where you're sort of like, oh, that's not exactly how perfect how I wanted it to be, there is a Cancerian connection possibly with that as well, that I'm seeing, as well as the letter P and B. And there is reassurance, though, regarding that. There's open communication likely between two individuals in regards to that situation specifically. And now this may all either be referring to a woman. So this could be you yourself watching. This could be a helpful individual. This could be angelic support. Many different ways you could sort of see this. But there is a woman involved in some way, shape, or form who has a prominent nose and a prominent chin. If so, this is like a long, more of an oval face. Oval-faced individual. We have a new opportunity that's being presented. Saying this in case it makes sense to you, there may be some smooching around Tuesday or so for some of us. Some of us, just saying. And again, we have this possible Cancerian connection. Letter C. There's a small conclusion taking place at that time that involves a woman, I would say. Nothing bad, just saying what I'm seeing. But this is a new change, a new start. There's like there's a vitality with this. It's positive, it's good. Action, momentum. Possibly number 5. For myself, that means change. That's just what that means to me. There is abundance and prosperity. So with that couple that's possibly smooching, there's abundance and prosperity that's associated with that encounter. Also, if it's not an abundance, if it's not smooching, then we have this scenario where someone is receiving messages, news, and or information, communications in some way. This is what I mean. Tea leaf reading really, in my opinion and experience, is an and or. Is an and or. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. I mean, there are definitely happy faces from what I'm seeing. Another letter E and or F. J. Another letter J. This seems to be a theme. Some kind of spiritual, sacred knowledge in some way, shape, or form that's being shown. Insight, take that for what you will. Something along those lines. For the sake of not being repetitive, I keep seeing open communication between two individuals in different areas or in different ways, in different situations, repeatedly. Number 4, and or the letter Y for myself. Number 4 is the angels and stability. That's just what that means to me. Security, stability. Y, person, place, or thing, likely a person in this case. Open communication involved with a possible small conclusion, but it's a very intriguing one that has more than one part to it. And it's good. It actually results in somehow a woman is connected with that in some way, shape, or form. Forward movement, positive movement forward. Not being held back. Going for what you want to have. That's what it keeps. Yeah. Possible Aries and or Taurus connection. I'm no astrologer or numerologist, but it could be a connection with either of those signs. Letter L yet again, and possibly letter I. This is in regards to an individual. This also may be a scenario where we are like doing our shadow work, taking time out for our own self-care, going within, whatever way or ways that would be relevant to you yourself. Going within, also reading, learning, whatever the connection is, whatever the situation is, but it's the sense of going within, connecting to oneself, connecting with the universe, knowledge, sacredness, something to that effect. Getting so excited, I'm knocking the cup around. Okay, in some way, shape, or form, that is in regards to abundance and prosperity. Helpful individuals. This taking time out for our own self-care, this self-nurturing, I keep seeing nurturing. This could actually be referring to children, If not that, then a new creative project. If not that, then it's this sense of like nurturing, taking care of, reading, connecting within, something to that effect. Very happy scenario. There's a lot of conversations for the most part that are being had regarding this entire situation from, like, I would say approximately Tuesday onwards, as it sort of gains and as it becomes larger and more significant. There is a part of it where there's a lot of conversations, but it's very interesting because part of that conversation involves there's a beautiful heart forming beautifully. So there's some kind of loving and harmonious scenario involved in that entire situation. And it's also, there may be it's also a beautiful mouse. So for me, this is just my own interpretation. This is what mice mean to me. Quietness, maybe even, but going around and getting what you need to get done, and almost like doing things very quietly, and something to that effect. But it's a loving, beautiful. I'm excited whenever I see hearts. It's a very loving scenario. Conversations regarding that, and a partnership likely involved in that in some way, and it looks there's a happy face there, so it's almost like a winking happy face, so it's a very positive scenario. Okay, moving forward, going along. Letter M, person, place, or thing that is involved around Wednesday, that involves an abundance, yes, but also a partnership and an opportunity that's being contemplated between two people. One of them is, it's almost like one of them is approaching the conversation that has the idea for a new opportunity that results in this possible like two-part opportunity. But this forward movement, the sacred knowledge, hidden knowledge, sacredness, universal connection, knowledge. Number 3, in some way, shape, or form, that can may have many different meanings. Again, no, I'm not a numerologist, but that can be referencing like the Trinity, referencing working with other people, partnerships, something to that effect. And there's a helpful individual that's involved in some way, that there's two people that are actually involved in some way connected with that. Almost like one has an idea of someone else. There's some connection with that. It's very unique. Unique scenario, I would say. Okay, going down further. Happiness, going for what you want to have. A fortuitous situation that involves a very positive, loving, reassuring guardianship, companionship scenario where there's abundance, yes, and also a partnership. I keep seeing references to that. Another number 3, as we go down a bit further, again, this taking time out for our own self-care is being shown. Abundance beginning to form beautifully. Sorry, that's very loud. For some of us, we actually may have a California connection in some way. There's a helpful individual in that scenario, and this connection with the divine source, universal source in some way. But this new opportunity that is being presented around approximately Wednesday, we have this new opportunity that's also being shown regarding that. But this new opportunity, it's like it results in another abundance and prosperity that is growing beautifully. Going down further, so we're looking at that was around Wednesday or so. Looking around Thursday, again, we have these partnerships that are appearing. They're being presented as of now. Things can always change, but as of now, letter C and or letter G, conclusions, forward movement. Letter E, again, we have another number, a lot of letters. There is a change being shown around Thursday or Friday. Positive change that involves a new idea. It may potentially be a conclusion as well. There's a lot of letters. Maybe the letter R involved as well in some way, shape, or form, but forward movement, and there's conversations regarding that. Also, possibly the letter K. Now, there's conversations, yes, and this also may be related to money in some way, shape, or form as well. Like you may be receiving money. Money is connected with that in some way. Could also be the letter X, but to me, it's more the letter K. It's just incredibly busy. There's just a lot involved in here. Someone in authority helping someone else. Now, this could also be, again, referencing children specifically in some way. Letter R, person, place, or thing that's related to that scenario and a new opportunity that's being shown, working with other people. Again, another heart, smaller heart, loving scenario. Having fun, a sense of joyousness. Now, looks like there's also a Libra connection around Thursday or Friday. Someone, I would say, who's likely that sign, or there's two people communicating, and one of them is Libran, or there's a Libran connection in some way. The qualities of Libran, which would be applicable to that situation. Balance, fair, equity. I'm no astrologer, but there's some connection with that. There may possibly be a Leo connection, so it's either Leo and or Libran connection in regards to that situation. With an angelic connection as well in that scenario. Letter F. Then we get into the base. A lot of unknowns, a lot of surprises. We're not really supposed to know too much, but we can know some. Letter F and or J, T, and S. There's a lot of letters. There also may be a Scorpio connection in some way, shape, or form. Positive changes, happiness. It's a good scenario. Letter F. A lot of open communication. Abundance and prosperity. And protection, and also not like, oh, we're in danger, but just a reminder that we are divinely protected, and maybe even to use our intellect a little bit. And I think I'm going to leave it there. There's just a lot on the way. So I hope that you enjoyed that tea leaf reading. I'm very curious what is on the way heading into this weekend, because there's a lot of surprises there. You can see that in the base. So I will take pictures of these tea leaves and post them on the community tab. If I don't do it tonight, it will be by tomorrow afternoon. So thank you so much. I hope that was helpful for you. So I'll put that over there so I know where it is. So everyone watching, thank you so much for being here and for taking the time. I genuinely appreciate it. We went over just over an hour, but I hope that you have enjoyed this reading for this week. And if you had your own reading, hope that you enjoyed that as well. So I think we're going to pretty much sign off for the evening. I hope that your day was amazing and that this week is also very good for you. And we have next week to look forward to, Monday night and Thursday nights. Dragonfly, thank you so much. I love you. I love all of you. It was fun. Totally fun. I really enjoy that. It's always great to be on here with all of you ladies, having a nice Monday evening visit. I love it. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And thank you all for being here. It's amazing. I'm going to let you, I'm going to end the stream, I think, in a minute or two, like within the next 30 seconds. And I hope that you enjoy your week ahead. And I'm going to be posting there, putting those placeholders in. Probably I'm going to get all this done by tomorrow afternoon for next week. So I will put 2 of them in, one for Monday, one for Thursday. Yes, Dragonfly at 8 p.m. So if you'd like to have another tea leaf reading then, or if you haven't had one yet, please do consider coming over on Thursday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern. And don't tell me what your question is. Please do not post it publicly. It keeps your confidentiality. I don't need to know what your question is. It keeps me objective as well. And we can read your tea leaves next Thursday evening. Not too sure what the date is. Let me just double check. So next Monday. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be October. Happy belated autumn equinox too. So next Monday evening is Monday, October 2nd, and then the Thursday is the 5th. So October 2nd and October the 5th, both at 8 p.m. Eastern. So love you all so much. Let's end it for the evening, and hope you have a great evening and a great week ahead, and we will see you for sure next week. I love you all muchly. Take care, and Bree says bye. She's having a nap, so better go check on her. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. You're amazing, and you just make this channel so much more amazing than I just appreciate all of you so much. I love you. Bye. See you soon.